Hello, and welcome back to the Cove with more EU4 Relentless Push East continued. Well, we're in a spot of bother. We cannot make it onto the main island of Great Britain, which is kind of annoying, but we are working our way towards it. They have a whole heap of heavy ships, and we are building our own little navy. In fact, over here, yeah, we've got 66 and 155 galleys, so hopefully we should be able to do some decent damage, but we're working our way to getting some naval dominance. So, on that note, we're going to have to finish up this war with the Pope soon, and I'm kind of concerned that Austria is going to become an enemy of ours that we have to take on down. So, what I'm thinking we do is we go for a little bit of a cheeky play here. Right now we've got stability of, they have stability of 2. I think if we go ahead and royal marry them, that might hurt them if they try and break this alliance with us and go to war with them. So we'll go ahead and we'll have that sorted. We're allied to them as well. Yeah, so that should be good. So that's my plan. That said though, it also might come back and bite me, but we do have diplomatic ideas, so it should be fairly nominal if that is the case. We also have a, let's see, a free diplomat. We should probably use them somehow. You know what? Oh, we're also wasting a diplomat on Utrecht. We pieced them out of that last war. So what I think we do here is, you know, let's, oh no, we can't spy on these guys just yet. Hang on a second. Maybe we go ahead and we start spying on somebody like the 13 colonies. We'll see where all the forts are located. In fact, oh wow. It looks like there are very minimal forts in the, Americas, which is good and bad all at once. I think what we'll go for is, let's see, who is this? Occupied by Great Britain. Yeah, I think we'll go ahead and spy on the 13 colonies. I think they'll be one of the first ones we try to occupy. So we'll go ahead and we will... Oh no, we still need Great Britain, of course. Okay, well, I guess we're just going to have to wait and see as far as that's all concerned. There's no one else outside of Jambi who is all the way over here, and honestly, I don't care about them. I would white peace them if at all possible, but again, that's going to take some time. Yeah, so that's going to have to be what it is. All of these troops, let's just check the unrest levels at the moment. We have a little bit of unrest due to separatism and intolerance, but I think when we get this converted, that should be fairly quick and easy for us to say goodbye to. Yeah, so we're going to leave that for now, and then... Oh, that's right. What we were going to have to do is we took a fight and we failed over here. We did some damage to them, but we are retreating over. So you know what? We're just going to quickly hang out over here for a minute and make sure that these troops can group together. It's going to take them a little bit of time to, yeah, get those men back into position, but at least we have a couple more men in case we need it. In fact, what we'll do is, if we were to march our way over here... Yeah, it does look like we can make our way there. Let's march you over here, and then you can head side by side. That should be fine for now. We'll work on that, and then... Oh, you know what? Right, diplomats, I got sidetracked. Can we improve with you guys? We've almost purchased the throne. Again, we have the votes. We just need Austria to die. You know what? I think maybe we go ahead and we use the lazy diplomat at the moment. Yeah, let's just go ahead and see about... What do we want? Outrage countries, threatening countries, subject countries. You know what? Let's go for our subjects. And that should be good enough for now. Yeah, that should be good enough. Alright, looks like there's a revolt. That's kind of inconvenient, but you know what? We're in the right spot. Let's go ahead and... we will ignore them. They'll probably revolt anyway. We've got to core all of this stuff up anyway, so it's really not that concerning. Yeah, we've got 12 unrest. That's a lot of from active missionary. That takes 6. The intolerance is another 3, so that's 9. And so by the time we get rid of both of those through conversion, we should we should pretty well be able to handle most of the unrest there. So I'm not too concerned about that, but still good to keep note on. And then as for Great Britain, oh, you know what? Can we do anything here? So discontent. That's possible. Sabotage reputation. Yeah, no, what? Maybe we go ahead and we sabotage their reputation and try and avoid Austria being called in. Yeah, let's go ahead and try that. Yeah, 3 Diplo rep, that's not a bad amount. So that should be good. Is there anything else we can do to improve our spy network against these guys? Actually, I think there is. What we do is we're going to go ahead and click on one of these nodes. At the moment, we're maximizing profit, but what I think we do is if we go to hostile trading policy, this will affect Bremen, Burgundy, France, Great Britain, Spain, and Verdun. Yeah, Great Britain is what we're after, but it'll give us an extra 25% spy network construction speed. So we will go ahead and switch over there. We can always bring that back in a year or so, but that should be fine. Yeah, that should help us a fair bit because now, let's see, what's our growth? Almost 1 per month. I think that's acceptable. Alright, now, as for the New World, let's go ahead and check in on things. Where are our troops? That's right, we consolidated our numbers earlier, so we've got a good back line, a decent front line. We should be pretty strong. Where are you guys heading? Optar. Alright, let's move over here. And we will see if we can catch them out. Oh, and we even got new spy techniques. So an extra 20% for spy network construction for the next 10 years. That is going to be a very nice boost to our spy building. Yeah, our spying. That is very, very nice. Alright, so when do we arrive? We'll be there on the 27th. Let's just go ahead and wait until then. Can we catch anybody in particular? Looks like this is desert, which is where they're heading. Alright, we'll fight them. I don't think they'll reinforce, but that should be pretty good. We've got Russian Mexico re-sieging some of their things as well. Let's just double check. Anything else happening? British Louisiana. Nothing too dangerous there. It does look like Russian Peru is doing a very good job of occupying. In fact, all of this is held by Peru. I don't know if that's exactly something we need to worry about, but it's still nice to know. They should hopefully start causing some issues soon. In fact, you know what? Let's go ahead and change Russian Peru, and we will go ahead and tell them to be a little more aggressive in their orders. Yeah, we've got other people who can siege, like Russian Brazil. They can finish off the rest of these, but they have a good number of troops, so we want them to be engaged. And, oh, you know what? Russian Brazil also has 112,000. Yeah, okay. That'll be fine. We'll go ahead and do this. The rest can do as they see fit. Yeah, we'll just have to see how that goes. And Russian West Indies. You've got some troops. Can we get you to participate? Whereabouts are you guys? West Indies 112. Let's go ahead and tell you to siege. There we go. That could be more useful, I think. But either way, that should be good. We'll go ahead and make our way over there. I don't see any more troops from Great Britain over here. Now, I did go ahead and check out exactly the current military stats. So if we go by our war enemies, Great Britain has a morale of just under 7. We have almost 1.5 higher than them, which is excellent news. So that is ideal. They do have slightly better discipline, but that can be fixed in the future. Our siege ability is greater, our defensiveness is greater, professionalism is top of everybody, and our tradition is fairly close behind. So again, if we can engage in land battles with them, that will go very well towards our favor. So hopefully we can do well there. Alright, now that is the 3rd of January. Let's just check in on tech. We are a little bit ahead of time, but I do see here that we've got naval morale. I'm thinking that's probably worth it. It's less than base cost. Let's go ahead and embrace this a little bit sooner. Some extra trade efficiency and yearly corruption for a few years is nice. And that should then mean... what have we got? Infiltrated administration? I'm trying to remember what that does. trade range, and then trade efficiency, and then we do have our rights of man as well to pick up with an extra ID group. We will be going for military IDs, but again, we need to switch over. Actually, you know what? Let's go ahead and see if we can re-roll a disciplined fellow. Yeah, let's go ahead and we will fire. We will fire a couple of these people. In fact, we will fire all of them. Yeah, and we will come back and see if we can get an additional 5%. That would be ideal. Let's also double check and see what... okay, our icon is around for the next 10 years as well, so we should be fairly happy as far as that's concerned. Alright, so that's pretty good. Let's go ahead and just check in on these battles. Where are you going, bud? 17th of January? They're a little too fast for us. That is not what we would prefer, but it is what it is. Can we catch you? It does appear that we can. We'll be there fairly soon. We will take a crossing penalty, I think. Yeah, we'll take a crossing penalty, but you know what? That's good enough. Although you... Hang on a second. Oh, they're marching over as well. Hang on. 20th. We'll be there on the 25th. They're leaving on the 28th. You know what? It doesn't matter. It's dry lands. It's only a -1. We should be fine. And hopefully Russian California joins on in. But again, if we can start putting down some of their armies, this is going to be very, very nice for us. Look at that. Even with that -1, we are able to absolutely obliterate. In fact, it appears that the 13 colonies has better morale than their overlord nation. Who would have seen? But either way, they are absolutely getting crushed. That is ideal. Yep, solid amount of casualties. 36,000 for 13 in return. I think I can live with this. And then where do we go? Well, I suppose we start making our way towards the 13 colonies. Let's head over here. We'll see if we can catch them. In fact... Oh, looks like Australia is fighting for some independence. Huh. Well, good on them, I suppose. Alright, now I did want to double check that we were passing through those two provinces of theirs, just to make sure that we are moving across as best as we can. Just in case they do stop running away, we do want to catch them. So that should be good. And then... what else? Oh, apparently our spy network is going up by 2.59 each month. Very respectful. Okay. Oh, and here we go. We've found some of Great Britain's troops. They're in the jungle, which is defensive. They'll have a nice advantage here, but I think we have the numbers. Oh, we're caught out by the fort. Okay then, well, you know, let's go ahead and start working on that. We do have 1 siege pip, so that's not the end of the world. You, my friend, can also go ahead and march up over here. They do have an extra, I don't know, 50% on the troops. However, this would be defensive territory for us, so I don't see them trying anything. We can also reinforce if necessary. Yeah. Still have many, many troops that we need to get into position. But we do have some Streltsy, which is good. We should have some benefit from that soon. Oh, and let's just quickly double check our power. We've got 1 more month. You know what? I think we'll give it 1 more month and then we'll see about a peace deal somewhere or the other. Alright, marital bliss. What's this? Trade efficiency. Level 3, half price. Gain prestige. Well, you know what? We'll go ahead and collect that. You never know. And then, yeah, at the end of the month, we'll go ahead and check our military advisors. Some truces have ended, but again, not important. Alright, national manpower, no. Discipline, we cannot promote him because he's Polish. Reinforce speed, morale of armies. Land maintenance. You know, morale of armies isn't the worst thing for us. We can at least promote him. Yeah, you know what? Maybe we go for the morale. The discipline would be good, but at least we can get... that'll at least help us in some of our battles. Sure, you know what? We'll just go ahead and we will employ him. And we will promote him as far as we can. And then... how long? Until 11th of October next year. Okay. Oh yes, and we have power to spend. So, what to do? Well, we could boost up until 3 stab. That wouldn't be the worst idea. Give us some extra... what do we get? Some extra spy detection, national unrest reduction, bonus taxes, missionary strength, corruption, trade power. Honestly, it's not the worst idea. We do have war exhaustion ticking up by 0.07 per month. We can do that as soon as we call for peace. We can get rid of that. Yeah, you know what? Level 3 stab. I think that's ideal. Yeah, that'll buy us a few things. Papal State. What do we want to take from you? Obviously, we can take everything that we want. We need the full state for the consecration of the Metropolitan. We've got claims on this. Do we want anything else? Let's just check these other provinces. Oh, you know what? The Royal Palace. Yeah, you know what? Extra prestige, extra reform, progress growth, and extra gov cap never hurt. Yeah, that could be nice. And then the others are just... whatever. No particular bonuses. Yeah, I don't see the Pope going to war with us again, so we'll go ahead and add that on. Overextension will be manageable. Aggressive expansion isn't too bad. Coalition is still technically viable, although that's a... well... yeah, for those who had joined, I don't think they're really part of it. And then... treaties. Let's go for steering trade, war reparations... and a couple of ducats, which will get half of them. So you know what, that's fine. I think we have to go ahead and peace out. So let's see if Austria is still on our side or not. Do we really want to hit that button, or do we want tech? You know what, we could almost do both, but I think waiting another couple of months isn't the end of the world. We need more military power anyways, so... yeah, let's just avoid having too much trouble. Alright, send the demand. So, the Russian Papal Imperialist War was certainly in our favour. They have accepted our generous peace offer, no surprising there. And then... yeah, trade protection is no longer an issue. Let's go ahead and... oh, do we convert it first? Or do we go ahead and make it a core? Well, we're definitely going to have some unrest. That is for certain. We at least have 2 states, three fortifications, so we shouldn't have to worry about separatism too much. Yeah, devastation also won't be an issue. I suppose we should probably take... I don't know, let's grab this... and, yeah, we'll send that army down south. Has Russia, not Russia, has Austria joined the war? Not yet. But I'm sure that call will come in the next couple of days to month. Burgundy is no longer considering us as a rival. That's nice. A loan offer from Nupe. 130 ducats? 6%? Oh. We, yeah, no, we're not going to do that. But what I do think we will do is... hang on a second, where is the button? Okay, we've almost finished converting here. What we'll do is... we will finish converting, and then I think we start converting somewhere like Rome, and then we'll try and start coring up the rest. Yeah, because I don't see that taking too much. Yeah, that should be fairly quick and easy. Let's just double check. No missionaries to send, does it tell us? Oh yeah, and that was the other thing that I was thinking of. Our war exhaustion will increase the coring cost. I believe it is currently... oh, okay, you know what? Recruitment time... no, shipbuilding... wait a second. Oh, core creation cost, 0.8%. You know what? That's actually not as bad as I thought. Never mind. Let's just go ahead and core roll. That'll be fine. We have it for a reason. That should be all good. Alright, so that's that. Conversion successful. Did Austria join into the war? Not yet. This is very good to see. Let's go ahead and work on these. That'll take 7 months. Yeah. You guys are heading... You're heading down. That's all good. Yeah, okay. It looks like we're fine, and it looks like Austria did not join on in. They are technically... Maybe they can't be called on in. I'm not 100% sure what the exact way things are going, but it does appear that that's the case. We are taking a bit of attrition, but again, as soon as we can hit that, that'll be good. That should be a good 60,000 troops dead. Slowly working our way through that. Either that or their manpower reserves, one or the other. As for all of this, what else can we do? Oh, Great Britain's got some troops over here. Oh, this is good news. This is very good news. Honestly, I think I care more about taking care of the Great British troops than... Actually, you know what? I think we can do both. We'll go ahead, we'll fight this 40,000 stack, we'll reinforce enough, and then we'll fight them directly. There's a good chance they'll take this fortification anyway, because the AI loves to get modifiers stacked to their advantage. So, yeah, we're going to assume that that's just the thing. And we'll see how it all goes from there. Alright, so, British Louisiana, what about you guys? Are you better or worse than some of your friends? You are substantially worse and you have no cannons. So that is fine. That is a stack wipe. Hip hip huzzah. Very minimal losses on our side. Can we chase? Who's the defender here? Looks like we are, but again, it's in dry lands. Can we chase? You know what? Yeah, we'll go ahead and do this. That'll be on the 3rd of June. Again, a couple of these small stacks, well and truly worth taking care of while we're here. It would be foolish not to. Consolidate those regiments just to make sure that we are making the most of potential engagements. And then... working on a core... It looks like we're fairly well... Oh no, there we are. Yeah, we'll work some of those Catholics to become Orthodox. I think that seems good. Alright, so that's not bad. That's another wipe. Let's go ahead and... I think we can still take them even with comparable numbers. They've even got a little bit worse morale than we do, so that should be fine. Come on. Yeah, there we go. That should be a solid victory. Actually, hang on a second. The larger army moves on the 25th. We'll be there on the 21st. Yeah. Again, not bad. Again, if we can whittle down their armies, that is going to be phenomenal. Look at that. Absolute devastation to them. Can we catch them out? Where are you heading exactly? They're heading down here. Yeah, we're going to quickly zip on down. It looks like we are going to chase them down. We got a nice reinforcement. Let's go ahead and yet again do what we can. Can we catch them out? We can catch somebody, so I think that's going to have to be good enough. Yeah, alright. Well, a couple of victories will just have to be whatever we can get. Can't chase you, can't chase you. Yeah, okay then. Well then, if that's the case, let's go ahead and find those British troops once again. They did take the... They did take something, so we're just going to go ahead and head off down here and see what we can find, because again, we know that there was a 50 stack somewhere around. If we can chase them down... Oh, there they are. That is what we are after. Again, Great Britain is the one we need to be beating, if at all possible. Alright, conversion successful, that's all nice. Let's go ahead and continue doing whatever we need. Sure. That'll be fine. Alright, Siege of Kamasi, that's it. There we go. Let's go ahead and... Can we force march and catch them? 16th, we get there on the 14th. Okay, that's a nice small stack. We've almost fully reinforced over here, which is exactly what we want. Okay, it looks like we're going to be able to pincer them, so we'll give them a couple of days. We'll see if they try and reinforce. If they do, that's fine. 21, 9, and 16. 21, 9, and 16. You know what? I don't think their front lines matter. Let's go ahead and just chase these guys down. We'll be there on the 25th. Jungle crossing penalties, -2. But you know what? We'll have reinforcements. Let's just go ahead and consolidate regiments. We've done a pretty good job of keeping them on their toes. And look at that. We're going to absolutely destroy them. Let's bring on in those reinforcements. We'll cease that. You'll be there on the 25th. You'll be there on the 3rd. Okay, so far so good. And we absolutely, yeah, I don't think we're going to have too much trouble. Again, they do have slightly superior discipline, but we have far better morale and fairly comparable tactics. So I think that's definitely going to go to our advantage. Yeah, look at that, 100,000 men. There's no way that they can survive. Oh, no, they did manage to make it through with some casualties. Let's take the larger of the two, and we're going to chase them up the coast. As for the other guy, he can just go ahead and start sieging. That should be all nice. And then, yeah, it's just a matter of hunting down a few more of these larger stacks as we go. That should be good. Alright, looks like there is a famine. That's unfortunate. Can't do much about it. Conversions are all good. That's helpful. We do have some more sailors, so we should probably go ahead and continue our naval expansion. More 3-deckers is the way to go. That should be fine. And then 400 days, that's not bad. You know, let's just double you up. That should be good. And then, yeah, 500 days on all of these. Let's just keep on going until, yeah, we've run out of sailors. That should be fine. And then maybe we build up a couple more. Do we want a couple more of the galleys? They're a fair bit cheaper, which is at least something. You know what? Sure, let's go ahead and we'll do that. Yep, there goes all of our stuff there. And then, hang on a second. I thought, do we have a 5th? Oh, apparently we had a 5th missionary. I don't. Oh, maybe that was from one of the buildings we upgraded. But either way, that should be fine. We'll go ahead and leave that. Russia has occupied that. That is good. Let's go ahead and hand this off to Georgia as well. Very much be useful. Smaller stack, you can move over here. Yeah, okay, so hopefully we can chase down those Brits fairly fast and take care of the remnants there, as they should have minimal morale. Whether we can catch them though, that is yet to be known. I don't know if we'll have military access or not, but again, I do want to take them on if possible. Ooh. Another battle has been won. Alright, that's fine. Oh, there they are. They're in the Highlands. Defensive, 35%. You know what? We have equal numbers. We should get a reinforcement tick between now and then. How long have we got? They have 48-day siege ticks. Ouch. That is quite painful. But you know what? That's fine. If we can do damage, that's what we can do. Conversions more successful. You know what? We'll go ahead and give everybody military access just because I can't be bothered not to deal with that. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, that was just the right timing, so that should disappear. Yes, so there we are. 29th. That's the 1st of December. Let's march on in. Let's consolidate. And hopefully this will be a solid butt kicking, because we definitely need to break down some of Great Britain's military strength. Alright, and we got there. So we have the defensive terrain, I believe. Yep, we have the defensive terrain. We have a lot of things going for us right there. Okay, this is good. Yep, no cannons to speak of. Not quite a stack wipe. Yeah, they tried to run as soon as they could. Let's go ahead and chase them to the nearest fort. That should be the best way to catch them out. And you know what? Oh, we also have a decent amount of money, so I think we'll go for a great project. I think there was one more that we wanted. At this point, yeah, here we go. Kazan Kremlin. Extra garrison damage, great project upgrade time. I think this would help us just with a little bit of the manpower that we're sinking into some of these projects. I think that would be good, and I believe... Yeah, it doesn't save us cost, but it does save us time. And an extra, what's this, 5% is not insignificant. So we're going to go ahead and we'll pick up this now. And then we'll throw a whole heap of people at that. And that should be enough. Okay, so that's that done. And everything we do from here should be fairly easy. Do we need to do anything up over here? We need 1,001. Okay, well, I guess we'll start working on that in the next one. That'll give us extra goods produced, loyalty, and then a few nice local bonuses too. So that should be fine. That should be fairly good. Alright, so either way, back to where we were. I think the Brits have tried to hide into Burgundian territory. Let's go ahead and chase them. Oh, wait. We have another 50,000. They're going to be caught out there. Let's go ahead and wait a second. Let's let them lock on in. Yep, there we go. Okay, so they can't back out. We'll get a -1, but this is in jungle, so that should balance out fairly comfortably. They have 27,000 cannons and not even enough of a front line to cover that. Whereas, on the other hand, we have a far better composition, so let's go ahead and consolidate. We'll be there on the 14th. That's in 9 days. That's all good. Yeah. Alright, riots. What have we got? Lose Oprachina. Yeah, you know what? We'll go ahead and lose 30. I don't think I'd mind too much about rebels. Yeah, okay, so how are we doing? That's pretty good. That's very good. In fact, there goes a stack pipe. Fantastic news. Alright, very good, very good. Down to 700,000. Their manpower is slowly disappearing. Let's bring you over here and you can work on some more occupations. And then I just want to quickly double check that these guys are doing the right thing. If there's extra troops around here, we need to make sure that we can see them. We'll know on the 6th of February, so we'll pop back then. As for you guys... where are those British troops? Not really seeing it, but I think we'll go ahead and take this fort back since we're already at... since we're already here. Yeah, there we go. Hand that back to Georgia. Oh, there's the Brits. Let's go ahead and chase them down. And then, oh, that's the 7th. So now we can see if there's anybody left. Okay, 18th. I'll have to double check all of this. Yeah, a little micromanagey, but it's probably one of the biggest wars that we're going to fight as we don't have the comfortable nature of things. Alright, 25 reform progress. You know what? We can spend most of it. Yeah, there we go. So that's 23. You know what? Sure, we'll lose 25. Can only lose 23, so that's nice little unrealized gain right there, so that's good. Alright, checked out all of this. I'd really love to see the Russian West Indies start to do stuff, but I don't see what they're really doing. I think it's probably the naval dominance that's an issue still. But it should be fine. Oh, and we found those British troops. Okay, so they're heading down to Galam. Let's go ahead and... They're already locked in. They'll be there on the 23rd. We'll be there on the 27th. I think we can chase them down. That is a 6-3-4-1. 6-3, so slightly better with fire. We've got slightly better shock. You know what? We still outnumber them. That'll be fine. But I think we're going to go ahead and try and track them down. In fact, I believe they're already locked on in. So you know what? A -1, that's fine. It's a fair enough penalty. But that will help us take some more occupations. Does look like Great Britain is trickling in another 40,000 stack, which is fantastic news. They'll have to go through this fort if they're going to have any hope of moving forwards. So we should be able to catch them and clear them out, but that's going to be for the next episode. So if you do want to see that, be sure to hit that subscribe button. It is the best way to catch all future content, and I'll see you next time. So until then, thank you for tuning into the Leviathan Cove. This is the Leviathan, signing out.